Hello and welcome to the very first video of Formerly Dilapidated, where I take you through each room of my home and clean it and show you the disaster it is now and talk about how each room got to the condition it was in, and hopefully with accountability and consistency I can reclaim my home and make it the home I want to be for myself and my family. So this is my kitchen. It's the first home I'm going to work on. It's going to be a very rare room in this house that I will be able to clean 100% at one time. So I'm going to break it up into parts, and I may make 4 to 5 parts of one room and not have it completely finished before I start working on a different room, just because of the volume of work I have to do, and I want to keep encouraged in all my rooms. So in this room over here is just basic clutter. I don't think this part will take too long. My curtains have been destroyed over the years. One of my children dropped a hot frying pan on the floor a few years ago and seared a circle in there. The drawers are broken, no longer close. I've got way too much stuff that some of my cupboards can't close. The dishwasher's gone, and so we use it as a really cluttery storage space. I can't close those cupboards. Probably the hardest part for me in this room is going to be cleaning this really, really big stack of clutter. For me, that's my personal challenge as a person. Is I'm a paper stacker, and in several rooms I have stacks, and so I'm biting the bullet and sharing it, because maybe someone else out there is a stacker like me, or embarrassed like me, ashamed like me, won't have anybody over like me, feels bad for my kids like I feel bad, feels bad for your kids like I feel bad for my kids. And maybe by exposing myself a little bit like this, and showing someone that even someone that has a house like this can get better, maybe I can encourage someone else. So up there is just normal dust and clutter. So I've got, each room has its own special, unique challenge. I'm going to start today on this side, just wiping down, taking everything out. I'm going to try to be as thorough as possible, just cleaning along this center area right here and wrapping around here. I'm going to set the timer for an hour and see how much I can get done in an hour, and I will call that part 1, and I will set it to time lapse, so it's not, you're not going to watch it real time. And then this is really overwhelming for me, so I'm going to work on this a little bit at a time, but I don't know that I'm going to, maybe I can get to this today. We'll see. But obviously this will take several parts by itself. So I'm going to set you on a tripod and see if I can do this and take you along on my journey. And I really hope there's no judgment. I hope there's just encouragement. So, because I want to encourage you too. All right. Thank you. Okay, so I just finished this side. I'll walk you through. Let's see how much time I still have left. I still have about 25 minutes left. One side I'm done with this and reposition the camera and such and such. So anyways, I wiped down the microwave inside and out, kind of restack that. Eventually those will go in these drawers. The second drawer, hopefully, the top drawer maybe, but right now that's their home. Wipe the counter down and the appliances. Wasn't able to get everything on the wall or on top of the toaster as clean as I wanted, but I don't have the proper cleaning supplies, perhaps. I'm not sure if any of you know, if any of you have tips on how to clean, like, really dried on food on the wall. Like, I mean, scraping it off little by little, but it's really dried on, I guess. And then this kind of a toaster. It's a really nice toaster. I think it's stainless steel, but I can't get that kind of grime off. So, and then my Betty Boop, I have to be careful because in years past when I cleaned her, some of the black on her has come off, so I have to be very careful. But anyway, so I'll probably just do the dishes, wipe down the sink and the back wall of the sink for right now, and put the dishes away first over here and then wipe down the counter and just work on this side and see how far I can get on this side. So I'll try to set up the camera, and I'm setting myself an hour at a time because that way I won't get continually overwhelmed, and those are doable blocks of time, and then with time lapse it won't be too long. Eventually, once we get different rooms clean down the road, there's repairs we have to do like that, and then maybe eventually remodeling, like the floor and things like that, and cupboards. So one thing at a time, one thing at a time. So anyways, let me set up the camera for this side. I just have to figure out how to do it. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I did here is I put away the other dishes, washed off the counter, dried it off, and did the current dishes, and then went through here and scrubbed down the sink. And again, this wall has, who knows what that is, grime over the years. I didn't even think about cleaning the light switch right now. I'll have to do that next time. So I wasn't even in frame for that. Grime and light switch. If anybody has any tips on how to clean those really effectively, again, we still have some repair that we're going to be doing down the road, one step at a time. But the sink is scrubbed. That's just some kind of a scratch or something that can't come up. So I think I'm going to stop here for the day. This took a long time. I have 11 seconds, 10 seconds left anyway, so I timed it pretty well, and it's going to beep. I'll show you real quick. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that is officially done. So I'd like to upload. My goal is once a week, and be consistent. So I'm planning on 4 parts for each room, and then I'll move on to another room and do 4 parts, and eventually cycle back, and hopefully the room won't look the way it did when I started. So here's the first part, still clean, yay. This part, that, and then next time, of course, I mean, life happens, so some of that will be gone, some of that will be here, you know, I mean, this is just fresh fruit and stuff, so that will go gone. Got grime behind the stove, and then this horrible pile. And eventually we'll keep working on making this room beautiful. But I sure appreciate your taking the time out of the day to come and visit me in my home, and hopefully someday it'll be a wonderful, clean home for you to look upon. And thank you very much for your support, and until next time, this has been Formerly Dilapidated. Bye-bye.